So a very good evening to all. I hope I'm audible to you people. Do I'm audible? Yes. So very good evening. So let me start our today's session. So here is your Pushpushri ma'am, and I will be handling your mathematics in our today's session. So welcome you all for today's class. So how are you all? All of you had the lunch? Yes? Okay. So turn on your videos, everyone. I want everyone to turn on your videos. So enable your videos, sit straight, everyone. Okay. So I hope you're all having your books in the hand. So do you people are having mathematics books in the hand? Yes. So if you're not having, go and get it quickly. Okay. So fine then, let me begin our today's session. So kids, we have already completed our portions. So we have already completed our revisions too. And from today onwards, I will be discussing your model question papers. Okay. So today I will be taking up the question paper of the year 2018 and I will be discussing 2K18 paper. Okay. Is that fine with you all? Okay. So I'm going to explain the few problems. There only I'll explain how to solve. So in the meanwhile, I'll also teach you people. So yes, all the 50 questions. So you just make a note of the things, whatever I'm going to tell you. First, listen to me properly and later onwards, you people can write down. Okay. So let me share your screen. So before that, I'm going to disable your chat session. So right now, your chat session has been disabled. Yes. Hope you all can see your screen now. So have a look towards your screen. So you already know how the pattern of your question paper there will be there. And so again, I'll not take a time to tell you all those things, but I'll tell you clearly about mathematics. So in kids, in your mathematics, you will be getting 50 questions. Okay. This only of a question paper of Sainik school I'm discussing here. Okay. So in your Sainik school, you will be getting totally 50 questions. And for this 50 question, in this 50 question, each and every question is going to carry 3 marks. Okay. So totally 50 into 3, your 150 marks is been allocated only for mathematics. Okay. That is from your 17 chapter. So from your 17 chapter, you will be gaining 150 marks in your exam. So here, in this, the very first paper I'll take up, that is your mathematics. Wait a second. Okay. So here will be some instructions will be given. Okay. So in the OMR sheet, how to mark and all. So right now I'll not touch upon it. So at the end, we can discuss about that. So we will just solve only the problems over here. So section A will be always of mathematics in the question paper too. The very first part, whatever you will be getting is your mathematics itself. So here is the first question. You can observe to your first question. So your first question is telling the greatest 8-digit number with a given digit. So they have given you some digits, and with this digits, you people need to form the 8-digit greatest number. And there are 4 options are given. So you have to see in this. So first, just look up the digits, how much digits you are having. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You are having 8 digits. So coming on to the greatest number, I thought you first, it should be 8, 7, 7, 5, and then 2, 0, 6, 1. Like that, it should be there. So in the same way here, look up. So the greatest 8 great digit 8 greatest digit number here, it can be formed as 88,765,5210. So this is, we call it as 8 crore 76 lakh 55,210. Here 8 crore 77,000 65,000, 8 crore 77 lakh 65,210. So here you can see this is again now 8,87,65,210. So 8,87,065, sorry, 8,87,65,521. So the greatest 8-digit number here we can form is 8,76, sorry, 8,76,55,210. So that is your option D. So option D is the correct answer. So coming on to the second question, choose the correct option if numbers 52,806, 52,086, 52,860, 52,800 and 58,260. So when you arrange this in an ascending order, so how it will be formed, they're asking. You all know how to form it in an ascending order, in an descending order. So here, according to the question, you have to form an ascending order. So coming on to the ascending order, the very first number stands over here is 52,86. From the smallest number, you will be going on to our biggest, greatest number. And then we are having 82,806 and 82,800 here it is. So I'll choose this one. And after this, we have 806 and 860 and then 260. So I can tell the option C is the correct answer. So just look at all the options and just look at the last 3 digits so that you can easily recognize which will be there in your ascending order. Next question. So they're asking that a number that must be subtracted from this number, that is 9,25,564, to make it equal to the sum of. So when you add this number, you will get one number. So to make that equalize to this number, what number you have to subtract, they're asking. A number must be subtracted, but you don't know what is that number. So I'm just keeping here, let the number be X. So let the number be X. So that here, what they're asking, you should have to minus a number from this 9,25,564. So when you minus the number from this number, so that will be equal to the sum of this number, that is 2,34,251 plus 3,52,421. So kids, when I add these two numbers, I will be getting the answer of 5,86,672, and this here stays as it is. So I'm going to write this as it is now. And now in the next step, if I minus X, I'll take it on my left hand side since it is a variable. So what I'll do, I'll minus these 2 digits, that is from 9,25,564. I'll be minusing this number 5,86,672. So when I minus this number, I will be getting 3,38,892. In simple, this is for your understanding, I said. In simple, as soon as you get this kind of question, nothing you do, add these 2 numbers, you will get one number. And from that number, directly subtract this number so that the answer here you will be getting. So the answer here stands as 3,38,892. That is your option C. So we had D, C, and the C. So make a note of your answers now. So question paper, I'm going to send you, do not worry. Okay, now. So this will be sent through the app. I'm going to send it. Now you just make a note of your answers, or you people can just take your screenshots. Better you people can take a screenshots. So once you took the screenshots, let me have your thumbs ups. Very good. So out of 29, I can see only 4-5 people. Chitesh, Lakshmi Narasimha, yes, what's your doubts? Lakshmi Narasimha, what's your doubt? If you have any doubts, your chat session is available to you people to chat with me. So please do chat with me. It's done. Lohit, What's the doubt? Not right, no need of writing the option. If you understand, it's enough. Yes, yes, Lakshmi Narasimha. Okay. So fine then, hope you kids have written. For a few minutes again, I'm going to disable your chat session. Right now, the chat session has been disabled. I'll go with the next part of it. So all of you listen to me for the next part. So hope you all understood till the question number 3. So next I'll go with your next question. That is your question number 4. So have a look towards the next question. Yes. So yes, so in the fourth question, they're asking the product of, a very easiest question, a product of they're asking. That means when you are going to multiply this number, the product of this will be what they are asking. So when you wanted to do this multiplication, we can easily do it in a 2 ways. So one, directly you can do a multiplication. In the another one, you can take some values and you can do your multiplication. So here the question is 10101 and you are going to multiply that with 25. So when you are going to multiply this with 25, kids, you will be getting the answer of 25, 25, 25. That is nothing but 2,52,525. Nothing you do, you just have to multiply. So here, in the simplest way, I can tell you how to do the multiplication. You can think that is a trick that you can use during your examination. So here in the question, you are having 10,101, where you will be multiplying that with a 25. So what you are having in the question, you are having 10,000, okay, 101. 101. That means 10,000 plus 100 plus 1 into 25. Like this also you can do. That means it is nothing but you will be getting over here around 2,500. So you can multiply and you can do, but this is the very easiest way. You just follow this itself. Okay. And now the next question is a question on average chapter. The average of 3 sisters is 15. So when you take the average of 3 sisters, the value is equal to 15. And the ages in the 3 sister, 2 sister ages. I have solved this problem. So it's a very important. I said you on that particular time itself. Hope you remember. So in that 3 sister, 2 sister are 12 years and 1 sister is 15 years. So what is the age of the third sister? They are asking you here. So first, what we have to find during this kind of crisis, first we have to take the sum of 3 sister. So sum of 3 sister when I take, so it will be equal to 15 into 3. So 15 3s are 45 I will get. And now I'll be taking the sum of 2 sisters. So when I take the sum of 2 sisters, it will be equal to 12 plus 15, because 12 years old and already 15 years we have already taken. So 12 plus 15, which is equal to 27 now. So therefore the age of third sister will be, so the age of third sister will be equal to 45 minus 27. So, or else you can add this, see? 12 years, 15 years. So 12 plus 15, 27. So when you minus this 45 minus 27, you'll get 18 years. So here your answer is option C. So when you arrive at these kind of question, nothing you do, multiply and then add and then subtract. These are the 3 operations you have to do here. And the next question they're asking, 7 by 6 of a leap year is equal to dash week. So when you are taking 7 by 6 of a leap year means how many days? We'll get 366 days. Leap year is equal to dash week. Week means how many days we will be getting? 7 days we will be getting in a week. So 7 months are 7 months are. So 6 months are 6 are 36, 6 ones are 6. So therefore it will be equal to 61 weeks. And then, So write the numerals in the Arabic numbers. I have said you the compulsory question will be there on the Roman numbers. You can see here. So here when I'm going to write this in the numerals, see here, they're given you CD XLIX. So that is nothing but 500 minus 100 they had given. So that will be equal to 400. X and L is given. X means you all know it's 10. L means you all know 50. So if it is there, X, if in before the L, if a X is there, we are going to subtract. So we are going to be subtracting here. Then you are having a 9 here. This is 9. And this is, you are going to symbolize this 2 is 9. And these two numbers will symbolize you as a 40. These two numbers, that is CD, which is equal to 500 minus 100. And you can see your XL. XL is nothing but 50 minus 10, because L symbolizes you 50. You all know. So this is nothing but 9. So this is 400. 50 minus 10 is 40, and this is 9. So totally it will be 449. So 449 is your answer. So hope you understood. Now you can start taking your screenshots. Once it is done, let me know and be quick. Yes, Lakshmi Narasimha, what's your doubt? Can you leave your message in the chat session, please? What's your doubt? Yes, Lohit, what's your doubt? So when I'm asking you to chat with me, please do chat with me to clear your doubts. Okay. So hope you guys have written. I hope you guys have taken the screenshots. Now I'll be disabling your chat session. Right now the chat session has been disabled. So have a look towards your next question. That's your question number 8. And I'll be clearing the chats now. Lakshmi Narasimha, I gave the chance to you to talk to me. Okay, but you haven't done. It's fine. We'll talk at the end. So concentrate on the session now, Lakshmi Narasimha. If I keep on talking to you, I cannot complete this. Listen now. So 700, value of 700 divided by 10 minus 12 into 8 divided by 34 minus 10. So you can see this in which format it is. It is in the simplification form. So first they're asking 700 divided by 10, and that is minus of, they're asking this 12 into 8. So when you people multiply 12 into 8, you will be getting 96. So 96 divided by 34 minus 10 is 24. So here 0 get cancelled. So 70 minus 96 divided by 24. So 96 divided by 24 you are going to do. So 24 into 4. 4 4s are 16, 6 1 carry, 4 2s are 8 plus 1 9. So 21 1s are 21 4s are it will go. So now what I am going to do, 70 minus 4 I'll be taking. So 70 minus 4, I will be getting 66. So option D is the correct answer. So this is how you'll be doing the calculation fastly. And here they're asking 2 is equal to what percent? So here options are given to you. 2 is equal to 2 into 100, that is 200%. 2 will be equal to how much percent they are asking. So here 2 into percent means 100. So 2 into 100% will be equal to 200%. So most of the time you people will confuse and you will write 2 by 100. Do not do that. Only if they ask you like this, better do it, multiply it with 100, since it is a percentage. So you just do it like 2 into 100%. So you'll be getting 200%. So make a note of these two questions now quickly. Come on, make a note of these two questions quickly. Okay. So hope you have done with these two questions. Now I'll be again disabling your chat session. So you all can listen to me for the next part of it. So I'll be clearing your screen and then I'll be scrolling up. So here is a 10th question. So you all can observe your 10th question. So what does your 10th question is telling? See to it properly. Vicky bought bicycle. So Vicky is a person who is purchasing bicycle for 3000 rupees and he's selling for 2700. What is the gain percent? Gain percent, again, it is from the chapter of profit and the loss. So they're asking whether he got the loss or whether he got the gain percent. See, he is buying it for 3000, but he is selling it for 2700. Obviously, it is a loss. So loss is how much? It is 300 rupees. Just because 3000 minus 2700. So that is because of 3000 minus 2700. And now coming on to this loss percent, loss by CP into 100, you will use the formula. So 300 divided by CP is 3000 into 100. So 20201010 3 ones are 3 ones are. So how much he got it? 10% loss he had got. So option A is the correct answer. So coming on to the next question, a train leaves the Hyderabad at 1:15 p.m. Okay, that is in the afternoon. The train is leaving in the Hyderabad. That is on Friday. And it will be reaching Chennai at 7:30 a.m. on Saturday. Suppose today afternoon, if the train is leaving from Hyderabad, that is in the afternoon 1:15, it will be reaching the Chennai on tomorrow morning 7:30 a.m. Okay, so this is in the early morning. What is the duration they are asking? So 1:15 to 2:15, 2:15 to 3:15, 3:15 to 4:15, 5:15, 6:15, 7:15, 6 hours you got. Okay, totally how much they are asking. So from that, again go with the AM. So 6 AM plus you are going to add this. That is nothing but here, instead of calculating in this way, you can also go with a 12 noon. So from the 12, you can consider till 7:30 and you can take 1:15 outside. So here you will be nearly totally you will be getting 18 hours 15 minutes. Okay, so here they're asking the duration. Duration easily you can calculate like this. Okay, Friday, Saturday morning it is reaching. So what is the duration? If you see the clock, you can easily recognize how much time it is going to take it, Anta. And that is in the afternoon till tomorrow morning. It is totally 18 hours it will be taking. And the next question. Karishma bought 2 necklaces. A girl is taking 2 necklaces for 1,39,500 rupees. In the 2 necklace, she'll be selling the 1 necklace for 75,000 rupees. And whatever the other necklace is there, she'll be selling it for 80,000. Whether she gain or what, how much she got it as a profit they're asking. So we'll just add these two first. So that is your the cost. First, she has got the necklace for 1,39,500, and she sold the one necklace for 75,000, and she sold another necklace for 80,000. So totally, kids, she has sold it for 1,55,000, but actually she bought it for 1,39,000. So therefore, she got the gain itself, right? So minus this 1,55,000 minus 1,39,500. So you will be getting again 15,500. So 15,500 rupees is what she had gained. Next question. A tall building has 85 floors. There is one building in that you are having 85 floors. In that each and every floor is having 48 windows, and each and every windows are decorated with some bulbs, that is 64 teeny small bulbs. So how many bulbs would be needed to decorate all the windows, that is for all the in all the floor when they need to decorate? So how much they need it? So in the easiest way we can solve this. So nothing you do. So 85 floors are there. So each floor 48 windows we are having, and every window we will be decorating with 64 tiny bulbs. So multiply all the three numbers together. So on that time, you will get 2,61,120. So this is the number of bulbs that you need to decorate the windows. So this is what your answer is. So make a note of this now. So once you took the screenshots, let me know in your chat session. Complete it soon. Done. Lohit, what's the doubts? Done. Okay, very good. Hope you are done with it. Now we'll go with the next part. I haven't stopped sharing the screen. Kids, can you people see the screen? Is the screen is visible to you? Is the screen is visible? Yes, then why it's not visible only for you, Sanvi? Check out with the internet connection. You are telling I have stopped it. Okay. So have a look from your 14th question now. So here is your 14th, 15th, and the 16th question. So what is your 14th question is going to tell you? So kids, your 14th question is telling you have to form 5-digit smallest number which is divisible by 19. So from these 4 numbers, check out which number is divisible by 19 by leaving the remainder 0. So 5-digit greatest number that is divisible by 19. So now from the whenever they ask you like this kind of question, so what you have to do, which is divisible by, they are asking the number has to divide from 5-digit. Okay, see here 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. So everywhere you are having 5-digit number itself, but you have to find which is easily divisible. So on that particular time, whatever the number given, go to the backest number. So 19 minus 1 you do, you will get 18. From the 18, take any number. Suppose if I take your 10,000, so I can do 18 5s are 95. 100 minus 95, I'll get the 5 remainder. I'll take 1 0 down. 18 2s are 38, I will get, and the remainder I'll get 12. I'll take 1 0 down. So again, it will go with 18 6 are 114. Okay, and here I state the remainder as 6. So here for this 10,000, what you have to do? So 10,000 plus 19 plus 6. So whatever the number given here, 19 plus 6. So 19 plus 6 kids, you will be getting 13. So here the number which is divisible over here is 1013. So the one thing, you can take any number from here and you can do. That means from 19, you can solve this. Again from 19, you can solve this. Again from 19, you can solve. Again from 19, you can solve. Suppose you cannot solve all the numbers, it takes a time to you. So this is the trick you can follow. Whatever the number given, take the previous number, take any one of the options in that, divide it. You will be getting the remainder. Obviously on that time, do not keep a point and all. That reminder should be added to whatever the number given here with the number whatever you have taken, so that you will be getting the exact answer. And it is an important question. Frequently they'll be asking you this question. And coming on to the next question, the greatest number that divides 38 and 68, leaving 8 as the remainder in each case. Even we have solved these kind of question. So here nothing you have to do when they ask you like this kind of question. So take the HCF of 38 minus 8. Take this 38 minus 8, you will be getting 30. And now you take 68 minus 8, you will be getting 60. So whatever the number you have got for that, just do the HCF. 32s are 60. So whatever the answer that you will be getting over here, that means the corresponding number. So that will be staying you as your greatest number. So why I'm doing HCF? Just because it is the greatest number, always symbolizes you the HCF. And the decimal notation of 10 kg, 2 DAC, 6 gram. So they're asking that you have to write this in the decimal form. So where your 10 kg, 2 DAC and 6 gram. that will be equal to. So where students, the thing that you have to know over here, that is 1 dag will be equal to 1 by 100 kg we are going to consider. But when I come to your 1 gram, that will be equal to 1 by 1000 kg. So when I take this now, so that will be equal to 10 kg, 10 gram plus. So this dag I need to convert here 2 by 100. So 2 by 100, if I do it, so I will be getting, sorry, from 100, if I divide 2, 0.0 I'll keep, and again 0. So again 2s, 100 2s are 200. So how much I'll be getting? 0.02. So 0.02 I'm going to write. And again, I have got 6 gram over here. So that is 6 kg, 6 gram I have got. Since it is in kg, the first one, I'll be converting it again for the kg. So again, when I convert 6 gram to the kg, that will be equal to 0.006 kg. So when I add all the three numbers, that will be equal to 10.026 kg. So 10.026, option C is the correct answer. So take the screenshots now quickly. Okay. So hope you took the screenshot. Aniket, what's the doubt? Leave your message in the chat session, please. Aniket, what's the doubt? Can you leave it in the chat session, please? Nothing you have to do. The first one, since it is in kg, everything, dag, gram and all, you will be converting into the kg. 16th, 14th is nothing. You will go to the previous number, whatever the number is given. From that number, you will divide it. You will get the remainder. Whatever the remainder you are going to get. So divisible by whatever the number given in the question, for that number, you are going to add this number along with whatever the optional number you have taken. And with that, you will be multiplying. Okay. So it is like kg, gram. In the same way, we are going to call that also, Preeta. Hope I cleared your doubt, and now I'm going to disable your chat session. So we'll go with the next question. That's your question number 17. So have a look towards your question number 17. So which of the following pair of angles are supplementary angles? So kids, you all have studied what is a supplementary angle. They're asking which pair is supplementary angle. So supplementary angle, when you add two angles, the sum of two angles will be equal to 180 degrees. So you have to add 46 plus 44. It will not be equal to 180 degree. 130 plus 67, that will be equal to 180 degree. So this is more than 180. Again, this is more than 180. So this is supplementary. So when you add two angles, the pair of two angles will be equal to 180 degree. And the next question, the perimeter of a rectangle and the square are same. Length and breadth of rectangle are, this is the length of the rectangle, this is the breadth of the rectangle, and you have to find the area of the square. So perimeter, so we all know that. So the perimeter of a rectangle will be equal to perimeter of square. So perimeter of rectangle will be equal to perimeter of square. So here 2 into 10 plus 8, 2 into length plus breadth, which is equal to, when I come here, we do it with 4 into area. So 10 plus 8, it is 18. So 2 into 18 divided by 4, which is equal to A. 2 ones are, 2 twos are, 2 ones are, 2 nines are, so which is equal to 9A. That means A value is 9 you have got. So now what you have to do in the next situation, 9 square you have to do by taking your A square. So 9 into 9, it is 81. So that is 81 square centimeter. Even like this kind of question, we have solved it. Next, the following measures of three angles can be those of a triangle. That is nothing but when you add three angles here, the sum of a triangle will be equal to how much? 180 degrees. So when you add the three angles given here, it should be equal to 180. Suppose if you had 52, 69, 79, whether it will be equal to 180? No. If you add 30, 69, 71, will it be equal to 180? No. If you add this, again, no. If you add this, yes, it will be equal to 180 degree. So hope you guys have understood. So please do take your screenshots. Quickly. Okay. So hope you guys have taken the screenshots. Now I'll go with the next part. I'm going to disable your chat session. Right now the chat session has been disabled. We'll go with your 20, 21 and your 22 questions. So what does your 20 question tells you? Which statement is true they're asking? All hexagon are triangle because they have at least 3 sides they are telling. And all octagon are polygons because at least they have 3 sides. All parallelograms are rectangle because they have a 2 set of parallel lines. All rhombus of squares because they have 4 sides that which are of the same length. So here we can tell that all octagons are polygons because they are having at least 3 sides. So in the octagons, we have a 3 sides, and we are going to consider here option for your 20th question, option B as a correct answer. So have a look towards your 21st question, the fraction equivalent to. So for 1.25, if you are going to write it in fraction, 125, after 1 you will write, after point how many numbers you are having, that much 0 you are going to put. So now if you are going to do it from 100, if you are dividing 125, 100 ones are, so you can, or else you can cross multiply also. 100 ones are 100, 25 you will take down. So 25 divided by 100, 25 ones are, 25 fours are, which will be equal to 1 by 4. So option A is the correct answer. Next question, the sum of the two numbers is, so when you take an addition of the two numbers, that will be equal to this much. I mean that one number is this one, what is the other number? Again, the question from the first chapter. You can see a lot of questions have been repeated from your first chapter. So please do concentrate more on your number system. So here what they're asking you for, you to find another number. So nothing you have to do, in a simple way you can do it. Whatever the number given, just subtract that number. So from 11,009, if you subtract 9,099, you will be getting the answer 1,010, and that will be your answer. Okay. So now simplify again from the Vibhormes rule. You are going to do this. So in the Vibhormes rule, first the thing is division you are having. So when you are going to divide this, so you are having 6 by 6 plus 6, 6 are 36 minus 6. So 6 by 36 minus 6, you will be getting 30 here. So here 6 ones are 6 ones are. So 30 plus 1, it is equal to 31. So 31 is the answer. Again, all easiest question you have got here. And hope you have taken the screenshots. Mohit, what's your doubt, Mohit? You had raised the hand. Can I know your query here in the chat session, Mohit? Mohit, are you there? All of you took the screenshots? Okay. Yes, you can off your video. So hope you guys have written with this. So now I'll go with the next question. So Mohit, I haven't received any chat from you, so I'm disabling the chat session. So here is the next questions to you. So here is your 24th, 25, 26 and 27 question. So we'll solve these questions now. They are asking you simplify 1 by 24 minus 1 plus 7 by 36. So this is your question. So here they have given in a mixed fraction. So first we will convert that into a proper fraction. 24 ones are 24 plus 1, 25 by 4 minus 1 and plus 7 by 36 they are telling. So when you took the LCM for these two numbers, 36 and 4, you will get 72 as your answer. So when you why you people are coming now to the session, huh? So for 24 and 36, if you take the LCMs, you will get 74 and you will be doing the cross multiplications and all. So on that time, for the first, you will get 75, 72, and then you will get 14. So on that particular time, you will add these two numbers. So when you minus this, you will be getting 3 plus 14 by 72. So 14 plus 3, you will be getting 17 by 72. So your option A is the correct answer. However, you are going to do your operation on addition, operation on subtraction, same way you are going to do. But here, the only one thing is, first you will subtract and then you are going to add. That's all. Only signs are going to matter. The next question, Sarah poured 1/8 cups of the lemon in each 5 glasses. What is the total amount of lemonade Sarah poured in the 5 glasses? Even the same question we have discussed in the session. So where one glass, that is equal to 1/8 cups, whatever she has poured. So if I take the 5 glasses, that will be equal to 8 plus 1, 8 ones are 8 plus 1, 9 by 8 it will be. So that is nothing but 8 into 5, 8 fives are 40, sorry. So yeah, you can do like this cross multiply, or else you can directly 5 nines are 45 you will do, you are going to take 8. So from the 8, if you are going to divide 45, so 8 fives are 40, you're going to get 5 by 8. So 5 by 8 cups. So your option C is the correct answer. So coming on to sixth question, Ritu has 1/4 of sack of rice. So she is going to divide that equally into the 7 bags. So what fraction that she is going to divide the rice into each bag they are asking. So here she is having how many bags? She is having the 7 bags. In that she'll be doing, she'll be sacking the rice of 1/4 part. So on that time, one bag will be equal to, first we have to find the one bag, that is 1/4 into 7, the cross multiply I'm going to do. So 1 divided by 4 sevens are 28. So 1/28 sack of rice she is going to pour in the each bag. So this one you have to do the addition. Again, it is easy. So 1 plus 0 plus 9/100 plus 3/1000. So 1 plus 0 plus, from 100 if you divide it 9, you'll get 0.9. So here again from 1000 if you divide 3, 0.03003 you are going to get. And when you add all these numbers, that will be equal to 1.093. So that is your option A. So hope you all have understood till your 27th. So please give me your thumbs ups once you took the screenshot, and people who have raised the hand, leave your queries in the chat session. Mohit, what's the doubt, Mohit? From that time I'm asking you, you are not even replying anything. Is it done by all? Understood? Okay. So fine, then we'll go with the next part now. So now I'm going to disable your chat session. Right now the chat session has been disabled. Here is the next question, the 28th question. Which of the quadrilateral have both two sides parallel sides and two acute angles? So if you observe this figure, in which figure you will be getting two parallel sides and two acute angles? I think you can see over here, and also you can also see here also, that is your option C. Here you are having two pairs of parallel lines, this line and this line, and you are having two acute angles. So we consider option C is the correct answer. So they're asking you to find the sum of this number. So whenever you are doing the sum of this, make sure the point will be coming on the same line. So 20.008, 20.088, 20.888. So kids, when you add this 8, 4, again, sorry, 8, 0.6064. Okay, 460.18. H 1.064. You are going to get it. So they're asking round it off to the nearest 100. 100 means you have to see only three numbers. So 37,504. It is nearest to 37,500. 100 means you have to see this two number. Tens means you have to see this two number. 1,000 means you have to see the last four numbers or last five numbers. Okay. So this is how you will be notifying the number and you will be doing the problems. Understood? Okay, so now I'll just go with the next question. Mohit, can I know your query in the meanwhile in the chat session, please? Mohit, tell me, Mohit, in which part you are having the doubts? Mohit, I'm waiting for your chat in the chat session. Which part you are having a doubt? Let me know here. No. That is not fully the addition there. You are going to get 180, 32 plus 69 plus 79. So here, see, when you are going to do the addition of 32 plus 69, you will get 101. Plus 79, you will get 180. It is the correct answer. It's fine, Dharesh, not an issue. Okay. So let me stop for your 30th question. The remaining 20 questions, I'll be solving it on the next session. So you have question number 30, 31 till 50 you are having. And rest question is also very easiest to solve. Okay. So today I have just solved till 30 and the remaining questions we will be going from the next session onwards. And in the next session, we will complete and we will go with the next part. And now let me discuss your doubts. So I have stopped the share. So all of you enable your videos now. Let me ask you the question. No, you don't have 150 questions. You are having it for 150 marks, but the question is 50 questions you will be getting. 50. Okay, so 50 into 3, it is 150 marks. See, however, I thought you know, if you start doing that in the simplest way, it will be easier to you. If you keep on writing the formula, if you keep on reading the question again and again and again, it will take a lot of time. In full exam, how many questions? Totally, you will get 50 questions from mathematics, it will be, and you will be getting again in the English around 25 questions, GK and science combination again 25 questions. So 150 plus 25 plus 25. That is 50 plus 50 you will be getting totally. And apart from this, you do have intelligence test. So again, from that also you'll be getting the questions. That is again for 50 marks. All the sections, section A, you'll be having 3 sections here. Mathematics 50, general knowledge 25, English 25. So 150 plus 50 plus 50, that will be equal to 250 plus 50, that will be for your intelligence test. That means 25 questions, each carries 2 marks. Understood? So once I complete discussing the whole paper, then I'm going to upload the question paper in the app where you have to do the solution for that and then you have to send me it. Okay? Will you do that? By tomorrow it will be uploaded, and by tomorrow I want everyone to solve the paper and send me the paper. Good. If you have it, then it's very good. Yes, Lakshmi Narasimha, Karunya, can I know your queries in the chat session? From that time, I'm telling you Lakshmi Narasimha, but I'm not getting any chat here. Yes, Karunya, what's the doubt? (2018) Aniket, whatever I'm going to share you, I'll tell you which is that answer, don't worry. Karunya, notes are already uploaded, just go through that. Yes, Sai Prajwal, it will be. Lakshmi Narasimha, I don't know what you're doing, but still you have raised the hand. I'm asking you, what's the doubt? Ma'am, how do we know in the 7th question there is? That means you're having a doubt in the Roman numbers, is it? Is that your doubt, Lakshmi Narasimha? I didn't get you what you're asking. Ma'am, how do we know in the 7th question there is? Half-typed question. What is this, man? Not understanding. Unmute. Yes, tell me, Lakshmi Narasimha, what is that you asked that? Are you there, Lakshmi Narasimha?
Ma'am, how minus in the Roman number?
How minus in the Roman number? Suppose X, it's going to symbolizes you 10, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
This, if you just write I, that is going to symbolizes you the 1, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
If X is here and if 1 is here, if in behind the X, if 1 is that, so 10 minus 1 you are going to consider. In before the X, if you are having 1, you are going to consider that as an addition and you will call that as 11. Understood? I taught you this during the Roman numbers. Why you haven't learned the Roman numbers still? Okay, stay on a mute. I said everyone to enable your videos. And a lot of kids haven't enabled your videos at all. Out of 25, I can see only few people here. Only 16. How about the rest? You people are alive in the session? No. Then? Yes, let me ask your questions one by one. And the first chance goes to Tharesh. Tharesh, you are nicely talking there during the session. Every time I tell you not to talk during the session. Why is Tharesh this is going to happen?
Ma'am?
Huh? Okay, Tharesh, tell me the formula for loss percentage.
SP minus CP.
Loss percentage. Don't see the book. Loss percentage formula.
Okay, ma'am.
How many days got over? If you people are raising hands, I'll never ask you the question. When did I completed this chapter, Taresh? Even you were there for the revision class. You were there for the session also. Now also I taught you how to find. Tell me what is the formula to find the loss percentage. Don't know? How easily you can tell? You are not studying every day. What I said you? Huh? If you are there like this, will you pass in the exam? It's a punishment to you. Every chapter formula, starting from the number system till your measurement, you have to write it. Okay? You have to write all the formulas for twice and you have to learn, and it should be submitted by tomorrow itself. In the tomorrow session, you have to show me your book. Got it?
Yes,
Again,
ma'am.
if I see you not telling the formula, I'll never allow you to sit in my session. Keep that in the mind, Taresh. Why you people are becoming so lazy? Chitesh, stop talking. Come and sit in your place, Chitesh. God, he's busy in his phone. Okay, let me go with Mohit.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, you are busy in talking with someone over there during the session. Why?
No,
Tell me
ma'am.
the loss percentage formula.
Ma'am?
Loss percentage formula.
Yes, ma'am. Loss by cost price divided by multiplied by 100.
Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. But do not talk with anyone during the session. Okay. So fine then, kids, it's been time up. But this, let me wind up my today's session. So thank you all for attending the class and meet you all in the next class. So until then, bye-bye. Have a nice day. And take a break and log into your next class.